that said, friends, we're jumping in. Tormented Souls 2, our first time playing this game. I'm excited. Like I said, we just wrapped up with Tormented Souls 1. And I got a review key for this one through Press Engine, which is super nice. This is, I guess we're starting this, like, I guess it's been like 3 weeks since this game came out, since the second one came out. So a little bit late to the party. But we'll call it fashionably late. And I like that since we just finished up with the first game, it's relatively fresh on my mind here. Probably standard. I mean, I want to see I'm like a gamer with a capital G. We can handle hard mode. I don't know how much experience carries over. Not literally, obviously, but just like player experience carries over from having played the first one. But yeah, I think this is the way to do it. Yeah, intended experience. 9 times out of 10, that's usually what I go for. All right. So the question that I have is, which ending is this game running with? Or is it something completely different that sidesteps which ending you were expected to get, or required even to get? To, like, see how this goes into the sequel. Pretty sure it's the same protagonist. He's got the eye patch, so it's not like a prequel. Remember if they said what country the mansion was in the first game? I mean, it might be implied to be in South America. Now, if that's Anna, then that tells me everything I needed to know. What's with your eyes, lady?
Anna?
Exactly who we thought it was.
Anna.
She's fine now.
Are you okay? What are you drawing?
I don't know. They just popped in my head. What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong. Or nothing that a stay at a fancy wellness retreat won't fix. Am I right?
I recently watched Dune Prophecy, the HBO series. It was kind of a prequel to the Dune movies. Well, the Dune books, I guess. And there's a scene kind of like that. Being, like, entranced in drawing something. And Gracie really liked that scene. So, that reminded me of going into some kind of, like, trance and giving paper and pen and just draw whatever comes to mind. It's a wellness retreat. Nice R&R.
Hello. My name is Sister Angelica. Are you Caroline?
Yes. Caroline Walker.
Ah, then this little one must be your sister. Hello, Anna.
Say hello, Anna. Sorry, it takes her a little while to get to know people.
No need to be shy. I don't bite. Come, follow me. I'm here to take you both to the convent.
So a wellness retreat inside of a convent. Not what I expected. Willing to roll with it. Willing to roll with it. These nuns better give good massages. I'm talking putting the elbow into it.
By a single piece of marble, by a local sculptor. Can I just say how very happy I am to finally have you with us? Isabella has told us all about you. Especially you, little one. You are a very special girl.
Anna's been through a lot. It takes her a while to let her guard down with people.
Also, she's a time traveler.
You've come to the right place. We can help her with that. Soon, she will fear nothing. Let's get going. The convent isn't too far now.
Dude, this wellness retreat's getting weird already. Did they, like, read the brochure carefully?
You can put your luggage in here. You must have had a tiring journey. Why don't you get some rest before dinner?
No, I feel fine. How about you, Anna? Okay. Maybe we could do with a nap.
I'll come back in a few hours and take you to meet the other new arrivals.
It's weird. It's not like menacing.
Come on,
It
sleepyhead.
is weird. It doesn't feel evil yet, but it's certainly
Lie down here.
not that
I'll wake you before dinner time.
This place
comforting.
smells
There's
old.
unease.
You said it was gonna be a bougie little health spa. When can we go back to Canada?
Come
Canadian.
on. We're only booked for a short stay, Anna. It'll fly by.
Rebellious teenager.
Hey, you want to feel better, right? Isabella says the therapists here are second to none. And we trust her, don't we?
I suppose.
Yes, we do. Now come snuggle up here. It's making me feel sleepy just watching you.
I'll be the one to say it. The character models are
Fine.
delightfully. They're delightfully. I'll say like not really progressed from the first game. Can I go ahead and say it? I'll go ahead and say it. I would almost be as bold as to say I think the character models in this game look worse than the character models in the first game. And honestly, I kind of love that. I kind of love they didn't like spend a fuck ton of money and resources to make it like AAA quality. I think this adds to the experience. I kind of like that there's a little bit of like,
Anna!
I don't know.
Anna!
I overuse the word jank, but
Where are
the animations and the character models, it's a little scrungy.
you? Anna!
We took a nap. Now, the question is, did we just nap for too long, or did we end up in the nightmare dimension? The way that would always happen in Silent Hill. Well, not from napping, or not from sleeping, but in Silent Hill, so much of the game was dilly-dallying between the two dimensions. The normal dimension and then, like, the nightmare, like, meat grinder dimension. Gotta find Anna. So right from the get-go, very, like, snappy. Oh. Okay, well, that's one thing the first game didn't have. Or if it had it, it was pretty subtle. So, I mean, I'm not like offended, like I'm not afraid of boobs, but it's just like, come on, guys, it's a little. This ain't Lollipop Chainsaw. It doesn't need to be like that exaggerated, but anyway, yeah. Check the window. Yeah, the eye patch. That's right. That's right. Yeah, this is a. Well, let's see. Yeah, this is a gender swapped Big Boss. This is Miss Big Boss, Miss Boss, if you will. This is our Big Lass. Uh-oh. You know, we were talking about Resident Evil 4 earlier, and when I see this kind of like castle-y, monastery-looking place, I think, reminds me of some spooky shit in RE4. And he looks pretty similar. So, you know, the masculine urge to just like go everywhere and look in all the wrong places. But I'll do it legit. I heard a scream. I don't know if it was Anna specifically. We heard something, and we saw like a shuffling figure, shuffling slowly off screen. End of the hallway. I think it was probably this one. I think. Yes, it absolutely was. Something was slinking off this way. What do you think? Statue of, who I assume is Jesus, maybe? Or no, maybe it's Mary holding Jesus. I don't know. It was this way. Could this be a dream sequence? I would say probably. Yeah, they got spooky masks. Or they're like zombie nuns.
That's my sister! Take your hands off her!
Be at peace, both of you. This is a holy place.
The shuffling figure.
There must be no violence here.
What are you talking about? We were invited here as guests of Mother Lucia, okay? I don't think she's gonna be too pleased when she finds out how you treated us.
Child, I am Mother Lucia. Now stop struggling, please. You have nothing to fear. We wish only to guide you to your destiny.
Look, I don't know who you think we are, but you're making a mistake.
Oh, we know exactly who you are. There's no mistake. You are Caroline and Anna, the Wildberger twins. And we've been preparing for your arrival here.
Now, if they're part of the cult, then we're in trouble.
Caroline, I'm scared.
The same cult that
What's she saying?
Nothing.
we'd heard about in the first game, a whole
We're
bunch.
getting out of here.
But you can't leave. Your grandfather Noah swore a covenant. You belong to us.
Please.
By my grandfather Noah and swearing something. Yeah. That's exactly where this is going. Went from 0 to 60 pretty quickly. Then maybe they'd... Oh, it's some fucked up acupuncture. What the shit? Oh my. Oof. That's unpleasant. Yeah, there's acupuncture, and then there's just straight up fucking torture. Ugh. Don't like that. Ugh. No, thank you. You gonna yank it? Ugh, I don't want to look. Well, the original game started with, like, you know, the scene where she's got the breathing tube, like, down her throat, and it's and she's naked, and it's like very uncomfortable and very awful. So yeah, they're giving us some, like, all right, here's scantily clad lady, but like in like an impossibly awful situation. Poor girl. I don't know how long after the events of the first game
What
it is, but
did they do to me?
probably not that long. Poor girl's going through it.
Where are you? Anna? Can you hear me? Anna!
Just feel sorry for Caroline. And also the little girl, I guess, but like, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, doggy. Good lordy, lordy. Right, well, we are, of course, horribly injured because we got fucking stabbed 1,000 times, which is fucked. But it's unfortunately pretty familiar as far as how the first game went, how the first game started, no less. At least they didn't take our other eye. That would have been a step too far. Well, I mean, everything's a step too far, but even additional steps too far. They see something shiny back this way. I think I hear some noises. Dirty ass beds. What's the shiny? Thumbtack. Awfully specific, but okay. Do I get to seek revenge and stab someone else 1,000 times with a thumbtack? For any, like, interactable items. Of course, no light sources yet, and I'm assuming, given that that was such a prominent fixture in the first game, I'm assuming managing light sources and dealing with being in the dark is going to be something we'll be seeing a lot of. And from Anna, yep, I'm with you. We went to great lengths to keep her ass alive. Nice if we could continue to keep her ass alive, please. One of the nails is missing. Well, we need to unlock it. Can I read it? Well, not the whole thing, obviously. Yes, well, let's do exactly that. So let's combine this. Actually, maybe not combine, just use. There we go. Opens it up, gives us a key. Flower bud. That's when it's a flower, but it's also your homie. It's a flower, but it's your bud. Probably for this door right here. Is there anything else? Our first little puzzle. Chunk. Nice and easy. Right from the get-go, I'm grateful that the low health notifier sound effect is properly balanced. Because, man, that first game, when you were low on health, that heartbeat noise was obnoxiously loud. It would fucking rattle the foundation. Now it's a little bit like, okay, this is reasonable. So don't let shadows eat your ass. Don't do it. Don't do it. And, of course, what did I do the first time we played this game? The first game, that is? I had to see what would happen when we ventured in the darkness and let it envelop us, just to see what it was like. And then we got an achievement for it, which is cool. So I can push this cart. Here we go. Oh yeah, there's the chromatic aberration. Do I go and let it get me? Just go. Let's just see. Let's just see what happens. Got the achievement. Yep. Let the shadows consume you. All right, so nothing overly exciting. Nothing super elaborate. Just it's spooky. So right from the get-go, speed run. Grab the shiny. I always do appreciate in survival horror games or games of this persuasion where, you know, protagonists have this uncanny ability to tell when a seemingly mundane object will be valuable to take with them. You know, none of like not the scissors on the table, not the candles, not any of the medical supplies or any of the stabby boys, and you know, none of that. No, the one thing that we know we will somehow need is this thumbtack, and of course it's true. I have to examine it first. There we go. Then combine. There we go. Flower buds. As a memento, I get to keep this Bible. I'm not sure if it'll come in handy again, but we've got it. Kind of like how in the first game, there were items we got like in the first 10 minutes of the game that we held with us throughout the entirety of the remainder of the playthrough. Almost, but not including that padlock. Turns out we actually ended up using that padlock at the very, very, very end of the game. There are times when those things do come in handy again. We'll see if this one comes in handy at some point in the future. Bunch of medicine, stuff we can't... Well, I mean, medicine would be helpful right now, but... Oh, yes. There we go. Press the button. Probably no map yet. Got an achievement for escaping from the infirmary. Can't believe they were, like, stabbing her with all that shit, man. Fucking, like, extra hard mode, extra evil mode acupuncture. That's just fucking medieval. Trying to, like, look for anything that might potentially be of use. Even, well, especially healing items. Notice that in that previous room there as well, we were seeing this kind of, like, very ethereal looking little wispies. These little, like, floating wispy boys. I wonder what that's all about. What first brought us here. I have to be careful when I'm lingering too much in the darkness. Bible verses. Okay, time to write this down. We all know how this kind of works for a game like this. Write this shit down because it might come in handy. By might, I mean most assuredly will. In fact, do I still have my Tormented Souls notes section? No, I don't, but I'll make a new one. Tormented. I've got my little notepad up. Who notes? Got my little notepad so I can save these little tidbits in case it comes in handy again. Ouch. Fruits of thine own body, the flesh of they of thy sons and of thy daughters, Lord thy God hath given thee in the siege. All right. Got it written down. Oh, there's the darkness, which is a little surprising. Seems like it's decently well lit. The Mother Superior, or of a Mother Superior. And push this cart, not that I would necessarily want to. That is an option, that is an option. So I got a couple doors here to check out. Before I commit to any doors, I'm gonna do a quick once over, or like run through. Yeah, see, so this darkness is not scary darkness. That's kind of weird to me. But I'm gonna also, yeah, run this way real quick. Just see how far this thread goes. Oh, this thread is as far as the game will allow me to follow it. Like there might be some key things or tidbits. There's a sketchbook. She might be nearby. Is this like the Tome of Eternal Darkness that by picking this up, it's going to imbue me with some magical powers? Or her journal. For her drawings. But it's not, there's no like, yeah, that, I mean, they're honestly very good drawings, but there's no text component. Oh, where am I? Oh god. Oh no, I legit don't know where I am. Oh no. I don't know where I am. That sucks. I legit, I was trying to go in any direction I could find, but I think I got stuck on something. I tried to move back the other direction. That's the one downside of any sort of camera, any sort of fixed camera game where, you know, the camera shifts. When the camera shifts and you don't expect it, it's entirely possible where it'll shift. So when you're moving, you know, you're holding the analog stick to go left, and the camera shifts by like 80 degrees. So going left means you're now going like kind of top right now, and you're not ready for it. So it kind of like if you can see where you're going, or if like you're aiming, if you're trying to like line up a shot, and that camera angle jumps when you don't expect it to, then that can cause your undoing. So anyway, so that was an unfortunate way to die. It's like, oh man, I would move back if I could. So I got to be really careful when I get to that little area. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab her notebook. Well, this bullshit, actually. What an unfortunate way to die, like, just getting an accidental swallowing. I hate it when I get swallowed accidentally. Up this way. I think what happened is I picked up the notebook. And I think I have to be very careful here. Picked up the notebook, and what was it? I almost don't want to go that direction. Yeah, there was something. I'm gonna go like very, very slowly. Cause yeah, again, this darkness is okay. Yeah, I think that's what, like, I somehow, like, when I walked into this area, I like got stuck somewhere beyond there, and that was curtains for me. All right, so anyway, so it makes perfect sense for this door to be like the good one. It was next to one of Anna's drawings. Matron's office. Might be where we can save. Ooh, recording tape. That is where we can save, yes. Magnetic band. Oh, yep, I like it. Full tape, yep. Definitely higher fidelity. First game. Oh, and it looks like he gave us 2 of them. That's nice. Yeah, it gave us 2 recording tapes. Sweet. There's a medical kit. It's got all the goods. Pain relief. I mean, it's not like... Is it a healing kit, or is it just a make you hurt less kit? It's good enough. It's good enough. Now we're good. Things are jiggling as healthily as ever. Now we're feeling good. And ooh, the shiny pliers, okay. In case we need to perform some light dentistry. Patient files, medical records. Well, it's strangely familiar being in this place. In this kind of setting. More things change, right? Let's go ahead and save it, because I think that's what this is. Portal instructions. You press the button. It's so simple. Yeah. That's what we'll go ahead and do. Place it on the thing. Oh, here. Big green shiny button. Can't fuck it up. Save here. An achievement.
Tape recorder. I've used one of these before. I'm gonna record my progress on this machine. And maybe someday, someone will hear this and find out what happened to me. My name is Caroline Walker. I came to this town to find help for my little sister, Anna. She does this thing where she draws terrifying images and somehow they become real.
Oh, well, that's a detail we didn't know about. She draws stuff. Okay, that's one thing. I didn't realize they, like, have, like, physical manifestations.
It was all a trap. A huge nun knocked me out, and now they've taken Anna. I woke up looking like a pincushion, stuck with these thick needles. These people are sick. I need to find my sister and get away from here fast. I'm heading to the Lady Chapel, the last place I saw Anna. Maybe I'll find some clue there.
Maybe get a trusty nail gun along the way. Now, in the first game, you know, when we got the nail gun as like a maybe less than ideal ranged weapon, it was a bit of a stretch. Like, what would a nail gun be doing in a mansion slash hospital? But okay, a mansion, there's probably a garage or like a hardware shed or something like that. All right, so I could see how it could stand to reason. What will our ranged weapon of choice be in this game? Will they just straight up give us a gun? Probably not. They probably won't just straight up give us a gun. Uh-oh. Shut the lights off, so we have to shmove it now. Yep, we gotta shmove. Oh, shit. I'm jiggling as fast as I can jiggle. Oh, which one? Okay, well, wait, I got the candles at least. Sign that gives us only one option. But I don't know, maybe it will be a nail gun as well, if not just to keep the consistency. Alright. That mean not going that way? Yep, that's exactly what that means. Alright. It's a new level of tension that we never saw in the first game. Like the idea of the lights kind of dynamically like going out as we're going about our business here. Okay, well, good to know that the tried and true tradition of like mutilated bodies in like fucked up awful situations of duress is alive and well in this game. Can I pry it out? Can I just reach in and grab it? A lighter! Yo, the classic. Alright, well now we have a light source. I don't know, like, what these spots are. Because it'd be cool to say, like, yes, can I, like, affix the lighter to some kind of, like, shortcut button. I don't know of a way to do so just yet. I'm, like, pressing a couple buttons. Nothing jumps out. And I don't think there's anything, like, oh, there we go. Shortcut. There we go. That is helpful. Because, yeah, it's less pause management to be nice. Well, now we can move around a little bit more confidently and a little bit more freely. That I'm worried about getting consumed by the darkness so long as I have this thing in my hot little hands at all times. So if we wanted to, we could go back up. One thing I appreciate is that at least the first game didn't have us fuck with like the lighter running out of fuel, which I appreciate. Not having to like micromanage lighter fluid, lighter fuel, which I appreciate. So kind of hand waves that whole deal. I mean, it's just a lighter. How much light can it really give off? It's enough. That's the answer. It's enough to survive. Sure enough, that top area is a dead end. Weird spooky noises. Oh, did the guy escape? Oh, shit. So the dude was still alive. Up from the other side, you say? Oh. Well, guess it means we're going back the way we came. I guess that's the whole point of why you would hear that noise upon going back up the stairs. Otherwise, you wouldn't have any need to go back up. Quite the noises. Didn't sound like a children's scream. It sounded like a full-ass grown woman scream. Not that that's necessarily that much better, but less likely to be our immediate problem. There was mention of other guests. I suspect we're probably the only ones. Oh, some schmovement. Awesome schmovement. And I think this door was locked. Oh. Oh. So maybe not all the nuns are evil? That explains the noise. And yeah, the dude, I guess, that monster fella got loose. So this is still a safe room, right? Yeah, the matron's of, yeah, this is still fine. Yes. What's up, Meerkat? The true ending? The true ending was not that ridiculous. It's not that elaborate. As you can imagine, the true ending, because the neutral ending talked about how, like, well, we escaped and we've done right by our sister's legacy and like by her memory, but we couldn't save her, and we felt lost. The true ending was, since we got those bolt cutters, go back in time using the projector screen, go to the scene where you first meet Anna, where we poured the acid on the locks to like free her after a couple days. Since we get the bolt cutters at the very end of the game, just use the bolt cutters to free her there, and you escape with her into modern times, that is. So it's like a weird kind of time travel thing. A time travel situation where you kind of pull her out of that timeline into yours. As in our timeline, we put Anna out of her misery because she had been turned unknowingly into the awful evil demon thing, the Michelin Man ghost thing we saw. Also, a slightly unusual rotary phone. I'm not gonna fuck with it just yet. Actually, not that I could. I need to use something here, right? I mean, yes, I'm gonna use the pliers. Cannot use the pliers on the rotary phone. Yeah, so there needs to be some other thingy. And the game, and this one starts off with you and Anna, presumably maybe a small amount of time after the events of the first game, arriving in this convent, which was described to us as a wellness retreat, but nothing is well about any of this. And of course, Anna gets taken away from us, we get separated from her, and we're trying to like figure out what the fuck is going down. So that's what's kind of going on here. What's going on here? So we've already seen evidence of monsters. We've seen a murdered nun, also presumably murdered by a monster, which tells me that the nuns aren't maybe all evil, because the evil one, there were definitely evil ones that stole Anna away. As we were seeing her getting restrained. It's all broken. It's all busted up. Use a single. Oh, you have had a single rotary phone, but it didn't have an R. Yeah, when I think of R, unless it's like, you know how, what is it, star 69 to redial? The redial button. So maybe it's an old rotary redial button. Also, we got HLC. And what's up, bud? Have we just started? We have, yeah. We actually beat the first game. We got the neutral ending for the first game probably 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, and we just before we started this one, we went back and got the true ending, or the good ending, I guess, of the first game before starting this one to like smoothly kind of glide us right into this game, so we're like all caught up on the lore and the story. Beginner's chess book, you say? Yes, rooks move a number of squares, only horizontally or vertically, not diagonally. Knights move the L shape, that's right. Bishops are diagonal. Number of squares diagonally. Pawns 1 or can move 2 in the first move and capture diagonally 1 square forward. Queen go in any direction, any number of spaces. King is 1 square in any direction, queen diagonals, right. So it'll be some kind of chessular situation. Can drop on down here. Yeah, this is my first playthrough of the second game. Just getting the ball rolling. And, of course, we just got our light source. And no weapons yet, no monsters yet. At least nothing that we can confront. So we, of course, got the lighter from the one dude who was strung up in the bell tower. Go ahead and drop on down. The actress that plays the twins... It's okay. Like, you mean like the voice acting, right? I find that the voice acting in games like this doesn't always need to be good, because if it's cheesy, I think if there's like some cheese, if it's like kind of not great, I think it kind of like helps emphasize the fact that this is inspired by Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Original Resident Evil and original Silent Hill, when those games didn't always have the best of voice acting. So I agree, it's not great, but I think they probably weren't necessarily going for great. Is this a map? It is a map. Nice. Now I can actually probably map this. Oh, maybe I can't. I was gonna say, if there was a dedicated map button, actually tells you where you're located. That's actually kind of nice. Thinking like, can I examine that? Yeah, there's a shortcut thing. Is there a dedicated map button? I'm like pressing buttons. Yes, okay, it's a select button. Cool. That makes me happy. Bunch of old books, as you can imagine. Resident Evil 1 voice acting, it was rough. It was rough, but like in a weird way, it was like the good bad, if that makes sense. It was that good garbo. I don't know how to describe it. Horror just has that effect on a lot of us for some reason. Horror games, horror movies, if there's like cheese and some schlockiness to it, some kitschiness to it, it kind of like adds to it a little bit. Sometimes, at least. So this is and so the medical kit is a full heal. This is a small heal. And of course, they straight up tell you 100 tablets every 4 to 6 hours. Don't just take 12 of them, which is true in real life as well. But in this game, sometimes you only have this as a healing item, so you have to take like 3 or 4 of them to get up to full. The actors that play the enemies are better. Yeah, I guess I don't know so much about this one. I know in the first game, the voice actor that played the grandfather Noah, he was just okay. His voice acting was just okay. And Anna's voice acting was just all right. Nothing really blew me away. Of course, we heard so much more of Caroline, so you know, if her voice acting was less than ideal, it was emphasized more to us because we heard her the most. So I am curious. I'm curious to hear more of the other folks HLC. And we of course did hear the woman that welcomed us in. We heard Mother Lucia. We heard from her. So like so far, you know, they seem to be pretty okay. So I'll like listen more intently to kind of see if I can see like a huge difference. Because so HLCM, it sounds like you've probably played this game more than I have, at least. Forceful presence captured in this painting. So you've probably had more exposure than I have. So I bet you're speaking from experience. It's good stuff. It's cheesy on purpose. Yeah. Well, what I'm really grateful for is this tells me that the developers were were like confident enough to say, you know what, let's go, let's like be okay with cheese, versus like, oh, let's get like AI voice acting, right? AI generated voices, because that's what a lot of indie, like small, well, not a lot, but some small developer teams are doing, where they say, well, we want to save money, that we could spend these resources elsewhere. Why hire voice actors? AI is like kind of okay sometimes, like quality wise, like it doesn't, sometimes it sounds awful, other times you can tell it's AI, but it doesn't sound horrible. So I would rather human voices that are like a little crusty, a little bit cheesy, a little bit forced, versus like just like plastic ass, fake ass AI shit. Like it's still, it has heart. It has heart, and that's what I appreciate. Bad voice acting, yeah, that's how I feel, Mirror. That's how I feel. The name of the game should be Unpuzzling. Wait, hold on. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, HLCM. Yeah. The puzzles are kind of tough. That's how I felt about the first game. I felt like the first game. Oh, that's a sub. That's a sub notification. Hold up. Let me alt tab so I can see. I can't see my own dang screen. My own dang screen. That's my boy Jet Die. What's up, buddy? Yo, Jet. How did the Majora's Mask Bear Den seed go with you and Gratz? I was lurking a little bit the other night when you guys were gaming. We're starting Tormented Souls 2. We, of course, beat the first game a couple of weeks ago, and this is my first session with the first one. We're still pretty early on. HLCM was just saying how, like, the puzzles in this game are really tough, and I felt like the puzzles in the first game were really tough, too. There was a couple where, like, I was like, kind of going off into the weeds and assuming things were harder than they were. Like, part of it with the first game, my struggling was on me, at least. But yeah, I do feel the first game did not hold back with the puzzles. I suspect this one will be similar. Skeletal remains, by the way, yes. The Meyer sisters. The Meyer sisters. Now, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but didn't we read or didn't we hear in the first game around the puzzle for the cash register? The cash register puzzle in the first game, there was the note that says, yeah, nobody can get the cash register open. The only person that can open it, I think the guy's name was Dr. Meyer. The janitor might have some notes around the guy's desk. And of course, when you go to the notes or go to where you think the guy's desk is, you see the thing on the wall that kind of gives it the hint. So maybe I'm grasping at straws. Maybe I'm like struggling for an elevator here. Struggling for connections where they don't exist. Conjecture as it is. Elevators, no power. No power. To the tune of no bitches. Jet Dive says we did finish the seed. That's awesome, man. The MMR seeds. Because for those who don't know, Jet Dive is one of our streamer buddies. We've done a number of fun collabs with him and our friend and our friend Gratoffy. You know, whatever guys' names are. And they've been doing the Majora's Mask Bear Den races that Gratoffy's been organizing. There's always funsies. And it's good to see you, bud. Thank you for that resub. Really appreciate that, bud. Playing spooky game, because as far as I can tell, spooky season never ends. Oh. Oh my. Right from Anna's drawings. Straight from Anna's drawings. We're hearing some fucked up noises, man. Caroline's voice actress is in Elden Ring. Oh wow! So the voice actress has quite the pedigree. That is impressive to me. Questionable noises. Elevator's got power now. We would need something to get through to these arms. It's probably not pliers. It's probably not pliers. Yep. Hands are all handy and fingularly. I need something more than pliers. I need a goddamn chainsaw or like an anti-tentacle Cthulhu like antidote, anti-curse or something. So the good news once again is that the screams we're hearing don't sound to be like there's screams from a small child. Sounds like it's from a grown-ass woman, which means that the fucking monster that got loose is probably killing the nuns. Probably what's going on back there. That's where we came from, I do believe. Yes, because we came from the library, the Lady Chapel, the infirmary, yeah. By the way, we already do know about and have the map for a second floor and a basement. That's encouraging. We can take the elevator and try some other doors. Can I use the pliers on the big old lock? Probably not. Pliers aren't like a one-size-fits-all solution for every single thing. What, steroids for everything, HLCM? I definitely don't doubt it. I definitely don't doubt it. I suspect this game is probably... Like, they probably figured people that are playing this game already beat the first game. And they probably felt they had to, like, up the ante. It's like, we gotta make it harder. We gotta make it more... Just make it more, you know? Make the puzzles harder. Make the enemies scarier. Make the combat more challenging, if I had to guess. Jet says, usually the voice acting is direction. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I think or it's like someone's, you know, first acting credit. But I think Jet's probably onto something. I think a lot of the times it's either bad direction or it's intentionally bad. Which is always possible. Like we were saying with this one. What's up, Farsight? Some violent jorculations, of course. It's the only way to do it, baby. What about an infinite ammo shotgun? Like an EDF? I do like those. I like those a lot. Listen to the final product. Yeah. I don't doubt it. And of course, Jet Dive has done a lot of voice acting. He's seen it. He knows how the voice acting sausage gets made. EDF! I keep trying to tickle Alias and Krath and Shake with the temptations of playing EDF with our Sunday co-op streams. I think I'll succeed one of these days. The problem is there's too many other cool games we all want to play. But I'm keeping EDF as my pocket pick for like when no one else knows what to play. I'm gonna nudge us into EDF land. Fucking love that series. So, taking charge of preparations for the illustrious ceremony. Must be immaculate. Yeah, so it's probably tied to the same cult as the first game. Sister Miriam, which may or may not be the woman that welcomed us in. They're saying how like we're taking charge for the preparations. Also, this is the second note in this journal from Sister Miriam. We've witnessed cruelty and sin. Sent the angels to retrieve us. Right. That's what they see it as. All the years we have toileted to please the Lord. It's not what she said, but it's implied. It's implied that they were toileting. Yeah, so they seem to think that this ceremony that they're preparing for, that these fucked up rituals are, you know, are what God wills, and of course, it's not. This is fucking torture and like inhumane treatment, but that's not how it goes apparently. I think we've already seen, yeah, so we know that leads to the big scary area. Came from that door. Let's try out these two areas and then we'll try the elevator. This door here. Here, kids, since we were just playing some EDF, there you go, baby. 12 gauge problem solver. Can I just open it? Like anything to snag? Oh, they'll let me open this, but there's nothing to it. Unless you have to like, unless I would like hang clothes in here. Actually, what did I click? I clicked something. Did I just change clothes? Oh, change outfit. What the fuck? I mean, this is cool. I mean, they still didn't have a bra for it. They didn't have a bra that fits her, so there's still, you know, there's still that. I mean, I'm not gonna, it's actually kind of badass. I kind of like it. It's weird because, okay, oh, it was like tucked away because there's our old outfit. Okay, so it was like off, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I wasn't looking closely enough, but all right. So I guess maybe there's other outfits. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like that. Like, this is like a real horror outfit right here. This is like, he got the duster. He got the blood-stained shirt. This is a like fighting zombies and splitting skulls kind of outfit. Not like a pretty little dainty dress. Got a recording tape, very nice. More save options for us. I will say this game is already being more generous with save point uses. Save point uses in the first game. First game was not so generous. In fact, it makes me want to not save here because we haven't had like any really scary, threatening things. I feel like I want to like save my limited number of saves. I probably don't need to necessarily, but it's like wired into my brain that it's a finite number of saves in this game. So as a result, I need to like be stingy with these deals. Best zombie fighting outfit is the oh, the Borat Mankini. Who could forget? Could forget. And we always keep it classic here, Farside. Always. Keeping it real, keeping it classic. Cleaning chemicals, okay. Thing behind here. No sir, no sir. Nothing with this device right now that we can mess with. Nail, let me guess. Nails? Yep, I was gonna say, am I getting that nail gun back, baby? We getting nailed? Or are we getting nailed or are we committing the nailing? Hopefully, I mean, hopefully both. If I'm on my best behavior tonight, hopefully both. One can only hope. Bernie, any other, like, interactable or usable thingies along the way here? This is looking a little bit more like the catacomb basement areas. That first game. This is also looking like the dungeon castle areas in Resident Evil 4. The basement. Okay, alright, well. See you later. I might need some kind of way to defend myself. Or I get too freaky. I could just try to, like, juke around that guy. Could just try hitting him with the jukes. The painkillers. Oh, yeah. Tie in the water. Yeah, so this is, again, very reminiscent of the kinds of things we saw in the first game. The fedora pinstripe outfit was delightful. That was a good time. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Irasi. Wasn't that... Let me think about this. I know with Ashley, I think if you beat it in the GameCube version, so in the original release, if you beat the game, you unlocked it was like a Japanese like pop singer outfit. It was like a pop singer outfit for Ashley that was a little bit revealing. I'm gonna see if I can explore a little bit. A little bit on the revealing side. Bangulating on the bars. But then I think on the PS2 release and beyond. Not there. Oh, that's actually kind of nice then. So now I can explore a little bit more safely. Maybe I'm still hearing noises. But no, I think it was the PS2 version and beyond. If you beat the game under a certain difficulty, at least, you get the fedora and the pinstripe outfit for Leon. And I think the suit of armor for Ashley, where bullets bounce off of her and she can't be killed with bullets, and the bad guys can't pick her up. They like try to pick her up and they take a few steps and just fall over because she's so heavy. So, like, that's just delightful. I think the pinstripe, there was like the suit and the hat and the fedora. There was like a taunt button, and if you taunted a certain number of times, he would throw his hat in the air, like a cool little pose. Leon's such a sassy little fella. Oh, okay. All right, so sure enough, there are bad guys. It's pretty narrow hallways. I was thinking maybe I could like try to juke around these dudes. Try it. Oof. They just jump on you. Get the fuck out of here. As in, you know, in the first game, there were times where, yeah, you couldn't defend yourself, and your best bet was just to try to get around bad guys. More nails. You know, I might be overcomplicating this, but I'm looking for any way of making some progress here. Of course, it's not. So. Get ready for the jukes. The jukes! Ouch! Oh, fuck. I was trying to light the fucking thing, but this dude is being a dick. One of these is going to be a door I can get into, right? Alright, so now... Just, well, actually... Rub the nails. Turn that on. I'm actually going to go out again real quick, see if I can go... Oh, that's something to defend myself. I was going to say, can I just light the that candle again? Because I was, like, pressing it too quickly because I was panicking. Which means... Compressed air. Oh, not what I was expecting. I'm thinking we're probably going to get some kind of weapon. Pneumatic nailer. We're getting nailed, baby. It's time for the nail gun. Hell yeah. There is that dash move, which is nice. Yeah, the knight armor, the sound effect. Yeah, exactly. The loud clanks. I don't know if I ever played the game all the way through with the knight armor. I think because my original experience with RE4 was the GameCube version. So I remember playing all the way through and then unlocking like the funny outfits. Nailer frames. Now we get to combine them. I remember unlocking all like the cool outfits, like, you know, the pop idol outfit for Ashley, and the I think it was like the Raccoon City Police outfit for Leon from RE2, which was cool. And I think by that point you also, based on like the score that you got from your previous playthrough, you could like unlock a bunch of extra cheats. And I think we got like the infinite ammo rocket launcher and shit like that. Like we we unlocked like a bunch of goofy shit when we played through it with our friends back in the day. I think we played it through with that mode again, but I don't think I ever played it. Even though I played versions later on, like the Wii version and the Steam release that included the knight's suit of armor and the fedora and the pinstripe suit. I don't think what I would do is I would play through just the regular game with those releases, but never double dip for the second playthrough ever. So I never actually got to experience what the full game is like with the funny outfits. Let's go ahead and combine these things down because we can hear the dudes on the other side of the wall banging on the walls, bangulating everything. So, let's combine it down. There we go. Connect it all up. I think we got a nailer. Nailer and I hardly even know her. That, of course, means we equip... well, let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and now we say shortcuts. My right hand move. It's slightly different controls this time. Or the actual aiming. Is there anything else? Gotta be right button to aim. And then it's X or shift to dodge. And then B to reload. Cool. X to dodge, and it's always dodging backwards, right? That might come in handy in certain situations. Then if it was oh, that would make the most sense. That would make the most sense once you complete the Adawong sections, yeah. Still bangulating on the walls like a fucking weirdo. Shit, I need the light. There we go. Oh, you can move while you're shooting. That's kind of cool. Now, I have no melee options, so if he gets back up... See, I can only shoot. I can only kill him with range. Eventually, we'll get a melee weapon, hopefully. Unless there was a coup de grace, like, stomp on his ass. Like there was in, like Dead Space or something like that, but... We got there. So we took care of that fucking dude. Our first enemy, our first kill. Hazardous materials. Didn't really see anything else in that area, so we're probably fine to... like, count that room as completed, basically. This side, because of course it is. Gonna go ahead and reload this. Oh, I guess it's already reloaded. Okay, cool. We got 17 extra ones, so we're probably okay, yeah. Of course, we took a couple hits there. It still says we're mostly fine. We did take a couple. We took more hits than I would have preferred. Got our first weapon. Oh, and of course this fucking guy making it out of here. I'm going to pop him. Fully commit to popping him. It's kind of cool that you can like move forward and backward while you're shooting, especially when you're locked onto something. That is kind of neat. That is kind of neat. Because of course, original Resident Evil, I think I don't know if you were unable to. I will go in there in a second. I don't know if you were unable to move and shoot in the original Resident Evil. I think the answer might be you couldn't. I think you were locked in place, kind of like how you were locked in place in the first Tormented Souls. But I appreciate how, yeah, we get a little bit of a more like modern movement options, and also like this takes place after the events of the first game. Presumably, when Caroline goes to the events of the first game, she gets a little bit more confident and knows how to handle these situations better. It makes sense she would know some new tricks now. Also got Eater to Foods. What's up, bud? Devious nail gun maneuver. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I would rather the strat we did in the first game, where you got a bad guy getting you, trying to chase your ass. You use the nail gun or some weapon, or ranged weapon, to drop them, and then while they're down, use like a crowbar or whatever your melee weapon is to finish them off. Finish him. Finish the job. So that would be ideal. We don't have a melee weapon yet, but maybe eventually. They're telling me there's like skeletal remains in the recesses of the walls. You can't really see it, but it's something. And maybe we talk about the suits of armor. Entirely possible I've jumped the gun by going in this direction without needing to. There was a couple other areas to explore. Pick that in a second. There was a couple other areas to explore, and I just kind of picked the basement and just started going. Perhaps against my better judgment, but we're fucking doing it, baby. Oh. Yep, it's a trap. Get some trippy traps. Don't get got. Don't do it. If you think you're about to get got, don't do it. Do not enter. I'm gonna enter. I'm doing it. Crematorium. I'm gonna get creamed in the crematorium. Oomst. That's one of the evil nuns, I'm pretty sure.
Hey. What happened here?
This damn place can bring out the darkness in our hearts.
God.
Just to build tension, right? Yeah,
She's
makes
dead.
sense.
Did you do this?
The law of God does not reach down here anymore. It was either her or me.
Impressive in that wheelchair too.
Destiny brought you to me.
What are you talking about?
I'm looking for something. A sacred book hidden deep in this rotten place. Maybe you can help me find it.
I can't help you. I have to find a way to get into the chapel. This crazy cult is after my sister, and the chapel is the last place I saw her.
The chapel of Our Lady. Then your arrival here must be fate. The chapel door has been locked by an ancient enchantment. It
So
is
we saw.
held shut by the cursed souls of sinners, and the only way you'll get through is to exorcise those ghosts and lift the spell. Now, the procedure is written down in the same sacred text that I seek. The book is hidden somewhere in the depths of this prison. Find it for me, and I'll show you how to open the door.
Oh. Well, that's a coincidence. Okay. I'll bite. I'll get you your book.
Excellent. Now, be careful, or this place will kill you.
I think I've changed my mind. I think the character models are maybe are of equal fidelity than the first game. Maybe like a teensy bit worse in some ways. But I think the animations are better. I think the animations are better in this game. Not maybe by like a crazy amount, but by enough. We got our first melee weapon, by the way. Which means we can melee, and if we like a guy comes at us and we dodge correctly, and with the jukes, you can move and hit, not like that fluidly, but it's still something. You can probably move backwards and slap. So that's nice to see. That's nice to see. So yeah, so I'm like, I think my opinions on the animations are softening a little bit. Excuse me. Yeah, Ohio style pizza. Now, Farsight, you'll be happy to know there are people that I know that live in Ohio that have never heard of that style of pizza. So it's not really Ohio style. It's like Ohio Valley style or something. It's very niche. But I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean, where it's like, what is it? It's like the crust is baked. Just you know, you get the circular or square, but you get like the crust for a pizza. You bake it, and then you just put uncooked toppings on it and then serve it. So like the cheese is still, well, like the idea I guess is that like the warmness of the crust kind of warms the cheese and kind of warms the sauce, and you know, it's like sort of warmed because, you know, pizza, it's so, oh no, it's warm. That makes me so sad. I wish it was cold and miserable. Like it sounds terrible. The Ohio Valley style, it sounds fucking awful. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. But I think you would call it a delicacy. In certain parts of the Ohio Valley areas, it would be considered a delicacy. Now, granted, I can't talk too much shit when it comes to questionable pizza decisions, because I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and we have St. Louis style pizza. And St. Louis style pizza uses Provel. Not provolone. Provolone is real cheese. Provel is a manufactured awful cheese-esque, cheese-adjacent food product that, by some definitions, isn't even really cheese, and it tastes like plastic. It has an awful, awful texture, and for some people here love it, and I hate it. So it's very divisive. It's very divisive. Some folks here swear by it. Others, like me, that have proper taste buds that work and function, know better. So, you know, I can't really look down on another part of the world for having questionable pizza, because we have some awful shit here. Now, we have good pizza options here as well, but like if you go to a place and they offer St. Louis style, be very careful, because you might be in for a bad time. We got our instructions on how to proceed. I will venture down this way, perhaps against my better judgment, and just kidding, be locked. Need a key. I need it. I need it, man. Need some kind of key. Fucked up places as far as I. But see, Ryan loves Provel. Ryan loves Provel. Ryan's a lifelong St. Louian. So, you know, it's like I said, it's divisive. It's divisive. There are folks that love it, and there are folks that know better. I'm telling you. No, I'm mostly just talking shit. What I will say is the flagship pizza place we have here in St. Louis is called Emo's. It's like a regional chain that is mostly in like the St. Louis metro area. But it definitely has this following. And I actually had Emo's for the first time a couple months ago when my brother was in town to visit from Ireland. He was visiting from out of town, and he wanted to experience the taste from home. And so we all went to Emo's, and it was all right. Actually, it was all right. It was better than I remember it. It was okay, and it was served fresh. It was served hot, and it was just okay. Was it good? Honestly, no, but it was okay. It was passable, and it was a nice time just getting hang out with them. And then as we were getting ready to wrap up, there was like 2 pieces left. I was like, oh hell, I'll have one of those extra pieces. Why the hell not? I was still kind of hungry, and so I took like a room temperature piece. And when I bit into that room temperature piece, that was what I remembered. That's the Provel awful fucking Emo's pizza that I remember. Because when it's hot, the defenders of Provel always will tell you, well, it melts well. And they're right, it does melt very well. it tastes like garbage, and it has a texture of like molten wax and plastic, but it does melt really good. It melts very cool, very interestingly, and very evenly. So when it's hot, it's actually all right, but when it's like room temperature, ugh, terrible, fucking terrible. And I've tried it on a lot of things. I've tried it on sandwiches, burgers, tried it in salads. I keep trying it, and it keeps breaking my fucking heart. So one of these days I'll fucking... Farsight's had it? You like it? Oh my god, I'm impressed you've had it, Farsight. I'm also impressed that you like it. that really does impress me. It's very thin. The thin crust is kind of cool. Some people really don't like the thin crust. I'm pretty unbothered by the thin crust. I like it. I mean, I like other thin crust pizzas. Some folks call it like you know, cracker crust pizza. It's that's like the least concerning thing about it. So yeah, the thin crust, I'm unbothered, completely unbothered. All right, we still need some kind of apparatus for the rotary phone. We need a key for that basement area. I think there was one other area I could have explored. Because now we have a light source. There's a key or something for this one. Can I just use my hammer? Fucking... Oh, actually? Damn. All right. There we go. There we go. I was not expecting it to be that simple. And Real Eater of Foods, and their screen name would tell you they know a thing or two about eating foods. But yeah, Eater of Foods tells you. The Google searches for Pavel don't paint a flattering picture. I do not doubt that they don't. And it is not flattering. Oh, can I just break these? Gotta get into the habit of knowing I can just break. I can just like whip this out myself. Versus having to go into the menu. Well, that's actually kind of cool then. That means the bell tower has a new area I could potentially go into. That's kind of neat. Good to know you can break those things. Oh, what did I just see? Fucking dude. Oh crap, I like the camera shifted. Oh shit. Ouch. I drop him? I dropped him. And then... Fucking whale on his ass. Takes 4 hits once they're dropped. 4 hits once they're dropped, and that's how you do it. Keep taking these, like, little hits. You know, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. I'm gonna wait until I am in the danger zone before I heal up. Make a pizza... Bread rolls. Oh, yeah. I know the kind, yeah. Interesting. I would try it. It wouldn't be my favorite style, based on how you're describing it, but I would try it. It sounds like a very DIY Sicilian style. Or no, is that the word, Sicilian? Where it's like almost like a fucking half loaf, not a loaf, but I don't know. How would I describe Sicilian style? I might be getting my like pizza descriptors mixed up. But I think Sicilian style, it's like, yeah, some kind of like loaf crust almost. That's like usually fairly large, usually fairly flat. Remember that it's that one. Bonk. And I got shotgun shells. Ooh, so you definitely want to break those when you happen upon them because they may give you the goods. Big fan of getting the goods. Entirely possible there'll be situations where I'll really want to hiccup. I'll really want to be careful and stingy with my ammo usage. So far we've killed everything we've seen. Bad guy wise, that is, but there very well could come a time where like kind of forced to what that is. I'm kind of forced to be very choosy with my resources. So also a healing item. I'm guessing it's all right. That's minor pain. The painkillers are moderate, I think. Minor pain. This one is moderate pain, and then the healing, the proper healing kits, that's like big pain. That's max pain, if you will. Maximum pain. I'm gonna like keep my eyes peeled for these little alcove areas. Pointing straight ahead, a condemning stare, no less. If it's subtly nudging us towards some area. Before I go through that door, anything else in this courtyard, and like the middle of the courtyard even. Go up. Go for uppies. Water is murky, stagnant, and grody. Is this a fucking gallows? Are they hanging people? Like, this looks a little bit fucked. There's something in there. Something in it, but we can't reach it. We need to open the thing up. Tell me to do it. Now that corpse is down there, and I can't reach it yet, but it might be in the basement, maybe. Probably not, though. Keep seeing these little potted plants. All I can think of is the herbs in Resident Evil. Healing herbs. Now let's check this area. New area. Sin and punishment. Let's learn. I'm sure it's going to be really happy. This is the first entry in Sister Miriam's diary. And, yep, it's going to be very... Look how happy this is. It's a positive sign. Sister Catalina seduced by evil. Joseph got her to release him from his cell. I wonder if that's the guy we talked to earlier. He was sentenced to death. She accepted responsibility and claimed to be repentant. The lashes, and also 2 days in, the freezer. Brutal. Okay. If you're a good wholesome lady, then your flesh will not be harmed, and you will not be frozen when you go in the freezer, which sounds awful. So, it's funny. I was just talking about healing herbs. I was just talking about healing herbs, and now Herbs Realm pops on in. Thank you, my friend. We're playing some Tormented Souls 2. We actually, before the start of the stream, or not before the start of the stream, at the very start of the stream, we just finished up Tormented Souls 1. We actually beat the game for the first time probably 3 or so weeks ago, and got the neutral ending, just the basic ending. But wanted to go back for the true ending before starting this one, because I had a sneaking suspicion that the true ending was kind of needed to understand the context of the start of this game. Turns out that was the case. So yeah, we beat the first game. Again, got the true ending tonight, and this is my first sesh with the second one. If you play this game, you might recognize where we are right now. We just got our first our first melee weapon, and I guess our first ranged weapon too. And we're kind of exploring this this convent. And I see that Herbs was playing the Claire Obscura game, which of course has been nominated for 1 million awards for the Game Awards. Like, I'm sure they're gonna do very well at the Game Awards this year. Thank you for that raid, Herbs Realm. And I know we got to play some Peak with Herbs and a whole bunch of our friends, Mallory and Aaron, all those cool cats. So thank you for that raid. And if you have any clips you want to share, you've probably heard my spiel before. I know you've raided at least once before. Whenever someone raids, I always like to ask if there's any clips you want to share with us. Any fun moments that you're proud of, or ridiculous moments you're embarrassed of, or anything in between. I'd love to see it. Does not have to be from tonight's stream. Doesn't even have to be from a recent stream. Could have been from 30 years ago. I would not complain. I'd be more impressed that you have a Twitch clip from that far away, that long ago. But this is Tormented Souls 2, very much an old school inspired survival horror game, so along the same lines as Resident Evil and Silent Hill, like the original ones. And there's a fucked up weird cult. I know, shocking, right? A horror game with fucked up cult stuff. That's basically what we're kind of reading about here, and it's fucked up and it's weird and deeply uncomfortable for all of us. And if I had to guess, we're gonna be seeing and reading much more about this fucked up cult in times to come. But we're exploring a new part of the convent now, because this place was at first described to us as a wellness retreat. We arrive, and nope, it's a big old like nun convent, and again everything's fucked up and culty and shitty and scary and murdery. Not a good time. But there's lots of ammo for our gun, our nail gun, as that's the kind of weapon we have right now. But I can't use the weapon right now because it's too dark right now. If you're without a light source in the darkened areas in this game, you will get got. The darkness will kill you. An old piano. Looking for any like notes I could pick up or like things I could read. Sometime. I guess that's probably sheet music. My footsteps. I heard footsteps. I got scared. Oh, okay. Well, now I don't need to worry about the light. Now I can have my trusty melee weapon or my nail gun. But I'll still keep the light source just because it helps to see. Basically, like I like to think from a viewer's perspective. I imagine for you guys, it's probably easier to see. Kind of a dark game just on its own. I mean, literally, but also figuratively. We're getting back into this one, though. This, like I said, more Tormented Souls 2, and games like this always save the nicest situations for basements. If you're in a basement like this, it's always going to be a good time. For instance, we found some healing. That's just nice. Not usually will there be a ton of nice things in a place like this. We've unlocked it, which means it probably was a shortcut to another part of the basement. Yes, we saw this door. Yes, I remember this is the light. But I kept like lighting it and unlighting it because I was panicking. A nice little shortcut. Okay, there was another door that caught my eyes. Well, caught my eye, because you can see the lady, the protagonist lady. She's got the one eye. So we got that going for us. And it was this door right here. Oh, Date Everything. I love that game. I heckin' love that game. I've only played it a few times, but that's a real good one. That's a real good one. It is getting late. No, I don't blame you. Herb. So thank you for hanging out with us. Date Everything's very good. That's a very goofy and very fun game. Big fan of that one. I'm guessing, yeah, the pins. Oh, I see. Some kind of like, not screwdriver, but it's like they look like little stars. Can I just use the pliers? Can I just use the pliers for literally everything? When you get a really cool hammer, everything's a nail. I'm trying to make these pliers into a really cool hammer in that context. We probably can't use the pliers on the, on that rotary phone that we saw. That probably wouldn't do it. Did I go up this way? I actually think I went up this way. Ooh, we got the tilted camera. Oh my. Claw runners now. I didn't see him land. Or like, approach with intent to cause violence. So I'm kind of slide along the ceiling there. We'll probably see him soon enough. Power on. There might be instances where you have to turn the power off eventually. Cool. Nope. I do need to keep an eye out for those little blue vases in like the main lobby area. It's very well possible that there's something important inside of one of those. I mean, sometimes they just have healing or ammo or nothing, but they might have key items in them as well. So I definitely want to keep my eyes out for that. Keep locked. What if I just crack it open? What if I just do that? What's up, Pre-Law Flipper? Good to see you, my friend. We're playing some Tormented Souls. Thank you for joining in from the raid from Herb. So that's really nice of her. Oh, there's the fucking dude. All right. All right. What am I doing? Doing the like classic. Oh, no, don't you do that. Don't you do that. That's not allowed. Ouch. Acid. I don't like that. He's dropped, which means we finish it with melee. Finish it. Not a lot of room to maneuver in this little area. Yeah, new enemy guy just dropped. And of course, I took some damage, more than I wanted to. I'll do one use of this. And now we're fine. That took quite a bit of ammo to take down. Reload. And we figured it was only a matter of time. That's the downside. When you're fighting a dude like that in a close quarters environment like this, your options are kind of limited. And it's harder to juke these bad guys. In the first game, it was a little bit easier to like... Oh, there's a goat head on top of the fridge there. It was easier to kind of bait the enemies into swinging, getting around them or getting behind them, and kind of juking them that way. These dudes are a lot more capable. It's like we've gotten better, like we have like more movement options. We can now attack while moving, but the bad guys have gotten better too, so... Now the ante has been upped for shoresies. Hey, what's up, Alias? Over on YouTube. What's up, buddy? This is a David Cage game. Says you better have the full series on YouTube. David Cage. I'll confess, I'm not sure I know who David Cage is. This looks like something else. Is that the guy from Quantic Dreams? Because if it's the guy from Quantic Dreams, then I could maybe kind of see it with like some of the animations and whatnot. But yeah, this is more original Resident Evil inspired than like Quantic Dreams or well, there we go. She's still in the freezer. Is that Sister Cecilia or whatever? Got in her hand. Dead Nun's Frozen Grasp. Can I pry it from him? Or rather, ply it from him? Because they're pliers. Right. Not here. Do I use my lighter? This is a stretch, alright? But do I use my lighter to, like, thaw out her hands? No, it's not that. Frozen Sol. When they said, like, 2 nights in the freezer, they meant it literally. Just go in the fucking freezer, bro. But no, so actually, Alice, to answer your question, yeah, we did play all of the first game. This is Tormented Souls 2. We did play all of the first game. We got the neutral ending, and then at the start of the stream, we actually went back and got the true ending. Because I had a sneaking suspicion the true ending was going to lead into the beginning of the first game. And it did. And that's exactly what it did. And I just leave it open. If I leave it open, maybe it'll thaw out eventually. I mean, I don't want to thaw the corpse, but I do want whatever she's got in her hot little hands. I'm sorry, did I say hot little hands? I meant frigid, frosty, cold little hands. Yeah, this game is very much a survival horror game. Just pighead right there. Very much in the same vein as original Silent Hill, original Resident Evil. None of this action-y Resident Evil 4 remake, fancy schmancy stuff like that. Nah. This is your grandpa's Resident Evil. This is your grandpa's Silent Hill. Where you're playing as a character that is not battle-hardened. They're just some fucking person that is not, like, trained in military combat or anything, doesn't know how to handle a firearm. They're just, you know, they're kind of not useless, but they're easily overwhelmed. And as a result, you have to be smart about your use of ammo and resources, and also smart about, you know, what encounters you take, because some bad guys need to be avoided versus straight up fought or killed. Put the power back on. More ammo. Now, granted, this game's been actually fairly generous to us when it comes to giving us a decent bit of ammo. But, of course, like, you know, bad guys aren't dropping ammo in this game. The bad guys aren't dropping ammo. We're finding ammo in static locations, so if at some point we start seeing a lot more bad guys, our reserves will eventually run out and still be lit. Once again, try with the lighter. It was that easy. All right, cool. Now, what do I do with this? Well, if I could make something nice and warm and toasty, and then transfer that heat over to the frozen nun, I might just do the trick. Yeah, the graphics remind you. The only Quantic Dream game I've played is oh god, what was it called in the United States? I think overseas it was called like Fahrenheit something. I think Indigo Prophecy is what it was called in North America. And to be honest, I loved it until the end. Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit something, whatever the overseas title was called. It was a very good exercise in it's the journey, not the destination. It was an excellent journey. It was very cool and very creative and very unique the way it told that story. I'm looking for anything I can pick up, but I can't find anything. But then like the final act happened, and the game just fell the fuck apart. It was pretty disappointing. And I think what had happened is that the developer like ran out of money or something. Like there was some kind of thing where they wanted to make it episodic. They had all these grand plans, and at the 11th hour, they realized they couldn't follow through on it. So they had to like fast forward to the end of the story because they realized like there was going to be no other opportunities. Can I just warm my hammer? I'm thinking like a metal object, like something that can hold heat for a minute, but nah, nothing like that. Probably not the plot. Actually, maybe the pliers? No, not the pliers. Is it the Bible? Do I use the Bible? Don't set that on fire. That'd be sacrilegious. No, that's fucking weird. Let's keep looking. That's the only one I've played. I know Detroit Become Human is the big one. That's the big one. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm sure it's awesome, but I know that's one that a lot of folks have played. Now actually, maybe I have enough light. Do I have enough light to, I think I do. I think if I try, yeah. I would need the lights to be on to break this thing. I can't break that vase. Oop, oop. Go up there in a second, in due time. That we can really investigate here or inspect. Jumps out at me. Could be destroyed. Yeah, it actually... Is it either in a state of disrepair, or was it hastily affixed to the wall, like the cask of Amontillado? Somebody being immured, which I believe is the word. Immured, which is to say, buried behind a wall of bricks. Resplendent painting of the Last Supper. Sure is resplendent. Some painkillers to resplendify my health. Oh, you're alive, bro? That's so cringe, dude. Being a zombie that's alive in today's highly charged political environment, bro, that's pretty cringe. Go around the Rosie. Crap, you still fucking caught up to me. Get that shit out of here. Fuck you. Fucking drop your ass. And then I will... Oh. Shit. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I couldn't quite see what I had equipped, and I think the answer was nothing. I had nothing equipped. So I was like, why can't I aim? Yeah, he's already dead. Yeah, so I wasted more ammo than I spent more ammo than I needed to. The downside. That's the downside of the shortcuts that I have right now. Whereas if you have the thing equipped and you don't see you have it equipped, you'll put it away. So that's the difference, I guess, between like pausing to equip versus using the shortcuts. So shortcuts are a lot smoother. I just gotta get used to them, because in the first game there were no shortcuts. You had to pause or bring up the inventory rather to change what you had equipped every single time, and it was annoying. This is a much smoother way to do it. I just gotta get used to it. Gotta get good. Shotgun shells. There will eventually be a shotgun. I wonder if it'll be the pipe shotgun, the jankety-ass, jerry-rigged pipe shotgun from the first game that could fire one bullet at a time. I mean, that thing was great. It's a really effective and very strong and powerful weapon. But it was hilarious. Just two pipes reeking of sulfur, like duct taped together. That's basically what it was. It was very, very silly, but I loved it. That vase had nothing. The other one had some shotgun shells at least. This way. Let's see, is it too dark? No, we can slap it. More nails for the nail gun. Put a little nails under for my no, is it put a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man? Put a little nails under my pillow for the nail man, so he doesn't nail me down. Leftovers of a recent meal, but they were in a rush to leave. Maybe the zombies crawling out from underneath the fucking benches had something to do with it, maybe. If I had to guess. Here's some bread. It was nice and bready. So I can go that way. A moment. I'll check that door in a second. Door in a quick second. Ooh, see this like reeks of this should be inspectable, like it's something fancy, but no inspections. Can't check it. What about this thing? Oh, I can yank it. Not expecting that. I've yanked it. Anything cool here? I got this light source. It's real dark. Oh my. Big ass eyeball on the wall. No like inspection for it where our character can comment on it, but we found a handsaw frame. Oh boy. If we could find the blade, that might be enough to chop off the frozen lady's arm or hand and get whatever she's holding. That'll probably be important. Now that we found a key item, is a bad guy going to jump out at us? Just saying. That's how games like this usually go. You find a key item. Now it's the time where a bad guy jumps out and grabs your ass. Speaking of grabbing someone's ass, there's Unstable. What's up, buddy? We're playing some Tormented Souls 2. This is the newest one. Just came out a couple weeks ago, I think. Probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Maybe a little less than a month. Oh, we found the chessboard now. We saw the note about the chessboard. This is a very much like an old school inspired Resident Evil kind of Silent Hill kind of game. So there's a lot of course, there's fighting bad guys and killing zombies, but there's also a lot of trying to solve puzzles and trying to find like the key items to combine in certain ways to get past certain areas, unlock certain doors, solve certain puzzles. It's all very mysterious. It's all very mysterious. Thank you for that Unstable raid, my mans. Thank you very much. Let's do a little shout out for our boy. And as always, you've heard my spiel plenty of times because Unstable raids me all the damn time. Very generous of him to do so. If you had any clips you want to share on Unstable, you can be my guest. Always love to see what our homies are up to. So if there was anything of yours you were proud of that you wanted to share, doesn't have to be from tonight, could have been from anything relatively recently. And by relatively recently, I mean sometime in the last 69 years, I think, is a reasonable time frame. And I get recording tape, which means I can save my game. Although I already had some extras anyway. Impressive level of detail in that statue. I need some kind of thing. Some kind of placement of some kind of thing I can place. I can place right there. Want to play the first one? Yeah, the first one is good. The first one is good. I do recommend it. I do have a couple nitpicks for the first one where it's like there's a couple points that are a little bit not perfect with like puzzles that could have been conveyed better, and there's like the obvious thing where the voice acting is kind of goofy, and the combat's a little bit stiff. But that's, I think, the point. I think the point is to make the combat kind of stiff and the cutscenes and voice acting to be reminiscent of original Resident Evil. So I think it's self-aware, or at least self-aware enough. See if there was anything else in that area before we circle back around to this area. But I think we've pretty much seen what we needed to see for now in this area. Just make sure there's no other doors or passages that I've missed. But thank you very much, my mans. Unstable is doing some 7 Days to Die. Very nice, very nice. I still remember when that game first hit early access, like 10 years ago. I'm very happy it's still going. Very happy it's still going. I think I played it with a friend of mine before it was on Steam, back in the good old days. That's right, we were talking about getting one's ass grabbed. That's correct. That's correct. I think I was saying how, like, yeah, in this game, if you enter into a dark area without a light source, then the darkness will kill you. The darkness will straight up kill you, but also, yes, it kills you by grabbing your ass too tightly, too unpleasantly. I will go and save because I've taken damage, and we've like been doing progress. I mean, there's always a chance my computer could crash or the game could crash. It's been good to us so far, but I shouldn't fly too close to the sun. And I will stagger my saves. So we'll save on a new save slot.
The chapel is sealed by what looks like some magic spell. I can't get in. I met a strange old man who says he can help me if I find some book for him.
I wonder if that's Joseph, the guy we heard about in the other note. Some Christmas lights. That sounds good, Husky Lover. I appreciate you popping in. Thank you again to Unstable for the raid and for those popping in from said raid.
Feeling though. I don't think I trust him.
Well, in the first game, without spoiling too much, there was a mysterious old man we met in the first game who had mysterious motives, and his motives were mysterious for a reason, as we saw from the events of the first game. I won't spoil it, but there's some parallels that we're definitely seeing.
But if there's even a chance he'll help me get that door open, I have to try.
Much like how in Resident Evil, you're limited by the number of... Well, in Resident Evil, or the original at least, you were limited by the number of times you could save based on the number of, like, what was it? Typewriter ribbons you could find throughout the game. This game is similar, where you have a limited number of times you can save based on the number of recording tapes you can find. Magnetic tapes to record your progress by, like, as we saw with that voiceover, she's, like, speaking into a recording device. Thank you again, though, Unstable, for that raid. Like, I do appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate the raid, and now that we've kind of gotten our sea legs here, now we've gotten our sea legs with kind of navigating around this area, see what else we can maybe find. If nothing else, the bell tower. If nothing else, the bell tower has a new area we can definitely investigate. In fact, I might do that next. I think it was this way. He's got some good diners. That sounds awesome, but no Waffle Houses? I do love me a good Waffle House experience. I do love me a good Waffle House experience. And I do love me a good diner. We have some good diners here as well. Some that are like quaint and chill and like kind of mom and pop hole in the wall, and then others that are like actually like kind of maybe not nice but more built up, I would say. Climb back up here. This is, I think, how we got to this place to begin with. Don't love the In-N-Out fries, yeah. I've never had them. I know people love the, what is it, the fucking like animal style or some shit where it's like smothered in the sauce or the cheese or something. I know some folks love their shit. I've heard a lot of folks just love their food in general. I've never had it. I've definitely heard other folks claim it's overrated. That it's like, it's not worth the hype. Side right. Back to the other side, that is. So I'd like to try it out at some point. I have had Shake Shack. Shake Shack's pretty good. I like Shake Shack. Is it amazing? Nah, but it's good. It's solid. I enjoy it. 3,000 calories for 15 bucks, yeah. Overpriced. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of chains are going that way. And of course, the economics, you know, the reality of the economics means that that's kind of how things are just going to be for a while, probably. The things being overpriced, especially with food and like a lot of meats, a lot of burgery meat things. Doesn't have to be this way, but this is kind of how things are looking. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. It's fry sauce and onions. Gotcha. Yeah, I one of these days I'll have an opportunity to try it out, but I'm bracing myself to be whelmed, you know? Not overwhelmed, not underwhelmed. I imagine it'll probably just be okay. That's kind of what I suspect. The bell tower, not here. Was it over here? It's not even cheese. I just assumed it was cheese. But if it's not cheese, then and it's like the fries, like just a fry sauce, I guess. Oh Jesus! Actually, that actually got me pretty good. I feel like most of the jump scares so far have been like pretty chill. I was about to comment how we got, you know, nice physics for breaking things. Birdies, man, the birdies, or maybe they're bats. Diners give you a lot of food. Yes. Yeah, it's the kind of shit we get out here as far as like, especially the more mom and pop, kind of small timey, quaint diners. Those are the ones where like $8, you eat like a goddamn king. That also goes towards Waffle House. Waffle House also pretty generous with their portions. Not always generous with their quality, but certainly the portions. Also, bird shit everywhere. There you go. That's how you fucking do it, man. The hungry man. There you go. You're getting like, yeah, you're getting like 3 eggs, a short stack of potatoes. This place is covered in fucking bird shit. Good lord. Yeah, you get like the basic, like, well, not basic, but like the standard breakfast, but like the elevated version of the standard breakfast at like a diner. Oh, mama, that's like 2 meals worth of food. And of course you're gonna eat it in one sitting. Of course you're gonna feel like shit. Of course it's gonna be amazing. You'll have no regrets. No regrets. $4 for cheese, cold shredded cheese. Ugh. For that kind of money, you could go to the grocery store and buy a bag of pre-shredded cheese, man. Whereas in these cages are already dead. Already dead. I can go up. Is there anything else? I'm glad that she's not commenting on just coated in bird shit. Everything is. And they were like zombie birds, I guess. Ones that we saw fluttering up. Oh, it was a single slice of cheese. Now that's the Waffle House special. Is like you at a Waffle House, you get like something with cheese on it. It'll be like the shredded hash browns with like a slice of American cheese on top. It's a little cute. It's a little cute. Waffle House kind of goes hard. Oh, is this the shotgun? It's something cool. It's something badass looking. Get the block of cheese. There you go. DIY it, man. Here, kid says, that's what I'm up to, baby. 4 singers climb to the highest point of the hill, raising their powerful voices. We'll probably need, like, some statues or something. Like, place somewhere. Or, like, something to ring the bells, maybe. Eventually, there will probably be something we'll find that will enable this area for us. Keep our eyes peeled. So we're looking for something to enable the bell tower area. We're also looking for something to enable the rotary phone that we saw in that little lobby area. Obviously, we need a bunch of keys. Homemade corned beer hash? I mean, probably meant corned beef hash. Meerkat says, bro, is this a badass looking shotgun? I mean, I guess in all fairness, I didn't try it. We do have a hammer. We do have a hammer, so if nothing else... I mean, I think I know. I think I know the answer, but I'll try it. We do have a hammer. Yeah. Not that, and also... I thought maybe, man. Yeah, too thick to shut it by hand. The fact that it gives you the animation for it is kind of cool. And it's not like you just do it a bunch of times and it eventually starts to crack. Now, this is the 3rd time. If it starts to crack, it would start to crack on the 3rd hit. But I appreciate they show you trying. I mean, I still can't believe we were able to use the ballpoint hammer. Or ball pin hammer, rather. Ball penis hammer. The ball penis hammer. On that one lock. And it just fucking knocked it right off the padlock. It's like, I was not expecting that to actually work. So I should try that sometimes. Oh, fuck. I should ring the bells. With the hammer. What am I fucking doing? Ring the bell, bro. What about going unga bunga with rock? You got me there, man. And it was... 1 by 1, powerful voices. Now, what's the order of said powerful voices? Is it like from lowest to highest? Oh, here we go. I gotta write this down. So, Victor. Here, I'm gonna write it down in my notepad specifically. Bell tower. First, Victor. Broke. Silence in the valley is impeccable voice. And also, speaking of impeccability, is that an El Gaso resubscription as I live and breathe? It sure was. Thank you, my mans. Thank you, my mans. It's literally ball peen. Oh, I did not realize that. I did not realize it was ball peen hammer. That makes me happy. And then it's spelled P-E-I-N. That's actually delightful. I'd never known that in all of my days. Thank you, August, that resub. That was a 84-year-long resub. That's extremely poggers. Thank you, my man. Thank you, my dude. We are playing now. We started the sequel for Tormented Souls. This is Tormented Souls 2. And I'm making some notes about a puzzle. In some notesy-wotsies. So we got to learn about like the order in which the voices of the angels singing. And by angels, I think they probably mean these bells that have to be rung in a certain order. And then good old Big Joe, where you going with that big gun in your hand, with the deepest voice. Was second, followed by little Claudio. Highest pitch. And then, for this one, Elias or Elias. Last almost as deep as Big Joe. Do you think like Big Joe, his partners call him Sloppy Joe? That's what I like to think. I like to think that. And that's it. All right, cool. So, honestly, we might have what we need. Because we do have a big ol' goddamn clonkin' ass hammer. So Victor is the one that we don't really know too much about. But we can surmise that this is Big Joe. And that this is Elias, as he's not as big as Big Joe. And that this is little fella, little Claudio. So that would mean this is probably Victor. Grab my button. That one. Followed by Big Man. Followed by little Claudio. Then the dude. Did I do it? Maybe it has to like... Maybe I was taking too long. Maybe you have to like do it in quick succession while they're all ringing together. 69 years, man. That's a lot. 84 months, all jokes aside, 84 months is hella impressive. Hella impressive. We'll go... hold on. Let's see. Slight internet shenanigan situation. Okay, looks like we're good. Okay, cool. Sorry, so there was a little bit of a flicker, but we're good. Try this again. Pop. Big. Little. Then... There we go. So I either... Oh, actually, my order might not have been great, or I was too slow. Now we got this big honking thing. It's like a real shotgun this time. In the previous game, the shotgun was like a goofy-ass looking fucking pipe. Two pipes, like, duct taped together. This is not much different than two pipe. It's not like that much higher of a fidelity than two pipes stuck together. But it's a little bit more official, and it looks like there's also potentially slots for upgrades. So we can maybe even make it like more juicy and sloppy and delicious. That's pretty cool. So for that one... That one, can I shortcut that to be down her? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, so... That's all well and good. That, of course, is not really a progression item. It's a cool-ass shotgun, like, that's great. And it probably will become required at some point. But that doesn't necessarily, like, open up any new possibilities for us. As far as, like, places to go. So let's keep exploring. How do you feel about, corned beef hash? For me, it's okay. More of a pork roll kind of person. Siso Gasso. Oh, we got multiple dudes. Time to try out our cool new toy. Of course, I could have just... Actually, yeah, let's do it now. Blam, motherfucker. Are they both fucking dead? That one shotgun blast fucking deleted their asses. Shit. It's a single shot every time, but sometimes a single shot's all you need. And we have a decent... Well, not a decent... We have not very many shotgun blasts, but we have enough for a few more of those. Where that came from. I like how the game's like, let's have you try your cool new toy. Yeah, as far as corned beef hash goes, yeah, it's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's not my favorite. But it's acceptable. Like homemade, I'm sure is quite good. Like restaurant corned beef hash, I guess I've only had it like once or twice, but it was just okay. Let's see if there's anything down in the bottom, by the way. Now that we've gotten a light source, we have weapons, we have like some other cool things. Especially if there were things to break with our cool hammer, with our big penis hammer. Locked from the other side, so that is a spot we can't go to just yet. Wait, yeah. Shakshuka? That sounds vaguely familiar. No one really likes tomatoes. It sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know where I've heard of shakshuka. But yeah, I feel like it's something I have heard of. Maybe I could ring that bell. Anything else in the corner there? Comes a time in every survival horror game, old school inspired or literally old school survival horror game, where you hit that point you go, shit, where do I go next? Or where haven't I gone yet? Might pop back into here real quick, see if there was something I might have missed in this area. This is where we started. Oh right, for instance, I couldn't go back this way because it was too dark and too spooky. I think those are my footsteps I'm hearing. And they are. This area was previously off limits because we didn't have a light source. Now we do. Eggs poached on a bunch of tomatoes, olive oil. Sounds legit, honestly. Like a Mediterranean dish? Gotcha. I feel like I've heard of it. Gracie might have told me about it. Because I know she has a pretty good amount of experience with Mediterranean food. And Mediterranean restaurants, that kind of thing. Sister Angelica. Examine. Oh, this is probably where they talk about the weird fucked up ritual they were performing on us. The, like, extremely fucked acupuncture they were giving us. This is Sister Angelica with preparations for a medical procedure. I had the steadiest of hands. Retrieve needles. This big-ass fucking, like, railroad spikes is what these things are. Extremely large needles. Sister Angelica's skin was cracked. Back hunched. Eyes lost their gleam. Been a while since... Has she just gotten old? Got some lore. Some healing. A dead body. An unbearable stench. Not surprising. Not surprising. The Wet Funk Song. Wet Funk Song. Let's see. How long ago was it posted? Because if it was posted like a day or two ago, the answer should be yes. But I haven't checked. I haven't checked from like today. Well, basically like if it was from like 24 to 36 hours ago, the answer might be no. But if it was more than 36 hours ago, yes. It was very okay. I probably missed it then. Right? Rather, I haven't missed it, but I've left the messages unread to remind myself to go back and get caught up. So I've not listened to the Wet Funk Song. Nice and wet and funky. There's really nothing else here. Games like this do sometimes have things where it'll be like, oh, go back to where you started. There's like a new thing. I'm more keeping an eye out for those vases. Those breakable vases. Because earlier, I walked right by them and didn't acknowledge them or didn't consider them special. As I didn't realize you could break them. Now that the game has instructed that we have, you know, a hammer and those things are actually destructible, now I'm knowing to watch out for them. So I'm trying to use that to my advantage. That new brain knowledge. Brainular knowledges. Just because, like, the starting area, you're kind of encouraged to, not so much skip around, but there's only certain details to hang on to. I think that leads us back. Yeah, let's go back the other way. You know, you're kind of encouraged to keep your eyes on the prize and not get too bogged down by other background details. It's so dark. The lights were on when we first got here, but now it's all dark and spooky. She's all dead. Dead and sad. A dangerous combination. That is gross and sloppy. It is a gloopy good time. Maybe, is what he's implying. The save room. We're quite familiar with this place. Oh, by the way, it's one of these places with like a... Oh, wait, actually, that might be an arm pressure or blood pressure thing, like the arm strap. I thought it was maybe leg strap, so I was like, oh, it's one of those places. Those medical examination rooms. Ooh, there was a redeem. There is a redeem. Oh, except if it's a quick one, yeah, we don't even have to, I can just refund the points, because if it's a quickie, you can just give it a quick old listen anyway. Back to the library. The library. I'm gonna get back to the main lobby area. Get to the lobby, and then we'll listen to the flobby. The flobby sounds. The moist song. We really don't have anything for this that I can think of. It's not the pliers. It's probably not the hammer. It's probably not the hammer. As cool as the hammer is, probably not the lighter. Whatever's going with that rotary phone, there's something we don't have yet. Soon. As I always love to tell people, the bassoon, one of my favorite woodwind instruments, is the bassoon. Very rich, deep tone that it makes, the bassoon. This thing about the chess game, which we already know about, and of course we have the chess mat. Is something, but you can only examine it. It's like we need to combine it with something. Oh, strange marks on it. Oh, I think we saw a door that had... Yeah, we need some kind of, like, key to be able to diddle with it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that tells us... So we know about the chess game, right? So this is knight... rook... bishop... queen... king... I guess knight again. So there's some combination there that probably will be fairly obvious once we see it. But that one is going to be a shorty, a shouty. All right, well, let's like I said, I'm just kind of looking for indications of where to go next. Looking for like something that kind of gives us that like, ooh, yeah, here's like the next step forward. And there's a pretty good amount of places to explore. Now, in all fairness, we do have a map now. I see that there's like, yeah, question mark, check mark. So that might be indicative of, like, you're done with this area. Like the bell tower. We might be just straight up done with the bell tower. We might be done with the North Corridor. Well, no, not the North Corridor, because this one's question mark, but the Lady Chapel, there might be something back there still. I could believe that. Maybe the chapter house still has something, but the cloister, cloister, still has something maybe. There's a save point. Yeah, so... I don't see like a legend button or some kind of like label, like just explanations for the labels or what they entail. Have to kind of figure that out on our own, but curious. I'm sure you guys noticed too that in certain areas the frame rate starts to dip a little bit. Just like probably 30 to 40 FPS, and then out here, smooth and buttery smooth. And that's not necessarily the game's fault. It could be my computer. This is, of course, a really darn new game. The first game came out in, like, 2021. This one came out, like, 3 weeks ago. Pretty funky fresh. The GPU requirements are higher, and it's probably also not necessarily as optimized, but for sure, it's going to require more. Any PC running it. Also, I know the original came out on the Switch. I think it was, or it was ported rather to the Switch, and I think PS4 and Xbox One, and maybe also PS5 and Series X. I don't know exactly, but I know it was definitely some form of multi-platform. Lead to the outside area, the cloister, and by that point, let's see, the cloister had that gallows where we dropped the body. Dropped like the body that was hanging. We like dropped it down below, beneath the gallows, which could just legit be in the basement. But I feel like I would have seen an area that was like reminiscent of the basement. I zoom in. Yes. So the cloister has 2 exits. We've checked both of them. Yeah, before I get inside my own butthole with going through all of the areas in the next part from the cloister, I'm actually going to explore the rest of here we just came from. Make sure there was nothing else potentially to explore. Also, for that matter, what if I would have just kept going? Oh! I don't know if I've actually been here. There's 2 of them. Should I just shotgun they asses? I feel like I should just shotgun they asses. Except it's dark. Is that an issue? Kinda hoping it'd be both of y'all, but if it's just gonna be one. Actually. Nice and close. Better drop you both, I think. I think it did. Oh, he ran away! That was unfortunately very smart of him. There we go. Can't believe he ran away when I don't know if it was intentional, but he just kind of happened to pop out when I was very much intending to line up that shotgun blast. It seems like 1 shotgun blast killing 2 dudes is more worth using a shit ton of nail gun ammo to kill 2 of them. So, it wasn't the most optimal, but it was something. See, that's the thing. The first time I came through here, I was like, oh, cool, an opening. Let me explore that. And I didn't, like, fully explore where this full kind of thread leads us. So I don't think I've actually been down this way yet. Oh, this leads underneath. Here's what the body had. It was... Oh, it's a blade, yes. Or... for the handsaw. Yo, what's up, Todd? This is we're climbing down the hobbit hole. That's right, baby. Somebody fucking do it. Now we combine these 2 things. Slide that bad boy on. Tighten that shit up. And there we are. A bloodied blade. Anything else down here? So we actually truly did need that in order to proceed. Now we can use that to presumably saw off that dead frozen nun lady's hand to see what she was holding back. But yeah, before we commit to that though, I want to explore this area a little bit more. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Elgaso. Sometimes you can just tell. And Gracie's gotten a pretty good job with, like, whenever somebody does, like, the Send Gracie a Question one, she's done a fairly good job of guessing not just if it was a redemption, but who redeemed it. Although she does get Elgaso and Meerkat confused sometimes with, like, the weird shit that they say. The save room, or one of the save rooms. I think the next thing to... I mean, I like, part of me wants to, like, explore and kind of do a breadth first. Confirm that there's nothing else around here. Before ducking back into, like, there's, like, that Califactory area. That's just a shortcut that loops back around. We entered from the courtyard area. Here we go. I knew there was, like, more things to snag. More nails, which is good. Love getting nailed. Love getting nailed on a Tuesday night, baby. This one's all cursed and fucked up and can't get through there. I'm gonna guess it's probably not use the saw. Use the handsaw. But it's called a handsaw, and these are hands. What more do you need, man? It's the highly educated New Jersey vibe. There you go, baby. It is indeed a vibe. Love it. Such a happy little door. So many fun, happy things happening with that first hell fuckery of a door. I think the downstairs also didn't have much else for us either. So yeah, so I'll pop into here real quick. I think this leads us to that kitchen area. Can't do that one, obviously. Anything else that I've missed? I think I've been fairly thorough with like most of the goods, and of course by this point we recognized when those vases were breakable. Went to Midwest and I couldn't find Brazil on the map. In all fairness, it wasn't Brazil I couldn't find, it was Portugal. Wait. Yeah, I think it was Portugal that got my ass. I had like 10 seconds. I had 10 seconds to plot the thing on the map, and I was panicked, and I was like, oh god, oh fuck, and it was one of those where I was like in that moment, I was like, oh shit, I have to like try to find this. I don't just like innately remember where this is. So I got Portugaled. I got they ported my Ugal. Port Ugal. I don't know. There was some kind of wordplay that could be done there. Is the freezer? Turn the light on. That's where the zombie crawled out from underneath the tables like a fucking little weirdo, little gremlin mans. Right, because it was Portuguese. That's what it was, because the language was Portuguese. And I was like, cool, it's probably Brazil. But then I think I found like a thing that it was like a Portuguese flag or a .pl at the end of like a website URL or something. There was something that was like the giveaway. It was like, oh, fuck, it's not Brazil, it's Portugal. And I thought, and like, it was in like, I had 10 seconds. I was trying to go fast, and my brain just fucking shat the bed. Might be this one. Okay, it says I'm highly educated. I mean, I think you're an upstanding gentleman and a scholar. Let me guess. Now, let it be known, by the way, this fire's been burning this whole time. We just lit a stove with like a wood burning stove and just left it alone. This whole fucking time, just chilling. Actually, doing the opposite of chilling. Eating. Left it unattended for like an hour. And it burned the whole fucking place down if I'm not careful. Can I heat this thing? Can't be used here. Maybe we don't need to heat it? Maybe? I don't know if I find that so easy to believe. Can I just saw off the hand? I thought maybe I'd have to like heat it up first. It looks like it was already pre-chopped off anyway. Oh, but then you use the heat to melt the frozen hand off from it. Is it gonna be like, what is it from the Addams family little hand guy that kind of crawls around? Is he gonna come to life now? Nice and crispy, just the way I like my hands. His name was Thing. Well, there you go. There were candles. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was over here like, bro, can I just use my lighter? I tried to use the lighter. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. I was very sad about it. I should have tried the hammer. The hammer you can try with most things. Doesn't work with most things. You can try it with most things. Burn for 12 hours. Yeah, I mean, it is contained, obviously, but it felt maybe not the most responsible move. Another puzzle. Oh, I love that emote. All right, well, the good news is we already know the solution to this one. Like, I'm pretty confident. So, I'm just gonna write this down. A chest mat with strange marks on it. Ah, right. These are the shapes they go in. So I'll say knight, rook, bishop, queen, king. I'm not sure what the Y is. Maybe a pawn? Followed by knight. So, take a look. It's in a book. So we got that one, and then we got rook. Then bishop. That is the queen, I think. That's a bishop. And then the queen. And then the king. Oh, that's a bishop. Okay, that's the... Oh, shit. Maybe that's the king. Okay, so that's probably the queen then. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a bishop. That's the king then. There goes knight, rook, bishop, queen. That one. Circle this back around, yeah. A little bit hard to tell, but yeah, the bishop has that telltale little notch cut out of his little papal hat. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I clicked too many times. I'm stupid. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. That's king. And yeah, I want to say this last one's probably pawn. There we go. There we go. And we got Devrin. What's up, bud? This is it's like a reference to the en passant move. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but yes. Crown key. We've seen a couple of doors. That are locked. I don't remember which one. Actually, we don't have to wonder. We have a map. It's French for in passing. It's a short Y. Okay, yeah. I know most. I know like how to play chess, but there are certain like fun extra things I don't know about. Like I only recently learned about castling with your rook if you're in the back row, and I have a vague idea of what en passant is, but there were like special moves I didn't know about. Like, damn, bro. Not, I mean, a lot of times they're very context sensitive, context specific, that is. So it's not like not knowing them's a huge issue, but so I was like, damn, there's like fucking Mortal Kombat like combos here. Good lord. The big meme of the chess community. The chess community is a, and I don't mean this with any malice in my heart, but the chess community is a very odd one to me. Especially given that, like, I think they were fairly insular. Is that the right word? Insular for a while. But, like, now that it's blown up on... Well, you have the Queen's Gambit. You have a bunch of streamers that have gotten into chess, and, like, YouTubers. Like, there's been all this, like, mainstream attention in the chess community, who for years have just, I think, been doing their own thing. And now there's all this, like, spotlight on them. So, it's... I don't say that I think they're weird. It's just, like, it's a very odd... like economy of like internet attention. It's very interesting. Learned it a long time ago. There you go, Devrin. Devrin says, I've been waiting for the time to call it out. I appreciate you sharing, bud. I appreciate you sharing. Also appreciate you watching. It's good to see you. Playing some Tormented Souls. Tormented Souls 2, no doubt. This is my first time playing the second one. I did finish the first one. We did finish the first one. I beat it for the first time a couple weeks ago. I think on Halloween is when I beat it. But I only got the neutral ending. I'm going the wrong way. I mean, that says it's locked. I think... Actually, is that unlocked? Might be unlocked, but it's gray. You know what? Yeah, let's try, like, this area first. Let's keep going this way. Let's keep going that way instead. But no, we got the neutral ending when I beat the game the first time, and then we went back today... At the start of the stream, I went back and got the true ending for the first game. Saw that all the way through the end, and then started this game, which is good because the true ending for the first game leads very naturally into the beginning of this game. Oh, I've never been here before, I don't think. I don't recognize this area. I have no memory of this place. That I either shot that out of the air or it like missed or hit the wall or something like that. I thought for sure he was gonna get my ass. What am I doing? I can just fucking... I got the shortcuts. What am I doing? Overcomplicating things. Always 4 hits. Once you drop them, it's always 4 hits. I don't know if that's the same for all the enemies in the game, but the ones we've seen so far. We handle that pretty well. It's got to get more used to the shortcuts. That's why I have them, so I don't have to be like pausing to go into the menus for these things. That's why we have these cool little shorty cuts. New players don't realize, right? Google en passant. Oh, okay. That's why it's a hot meme. Yeah, I think I've never been to this area. I think I would like get to the end of this hallway and would turn around or would assume that it was a dead end. The whole ass store here I've never tried before. Nothing. Disappointing. Oh, the Kenshi. Yeah. Definitely was there for the Kenshi stream. Well, thank you. I appreciate you popping in, bud. I appreciate you popping in now. I appreciate you being here for that stream. That was, of course, a very special stream. For one thing, it was a very long one. It was my first time trying that cool game. I appreciate you watching for that one. Just not sure if I'm gonna buy it myself. Yeah. It is exactly as Ogaso describes it. It is a game for sickos. It's a game for freaky little gremlins. If you're like a normal, well-adjusted person that has not received any form of brain damage over the years, then Kenshi's probably not for you. But if you're a sick little fuck like I am, and like Ogaso is, if you're a real sicko, then yeah, Kenshi's a good one. The good news, by the way, is you don't necessarily need to buy the game, all right? Now, I won't guarantee anything. I'm not one to overpromise. However, we do have an extra key for the game. We do have an extra key, and it just so happens we're doing a giveaway this Friday in my Discord server for the extra key for our game. We also have a couple of other extra keys. We have an extra key for Star Wars Outlaws, a key for Absalom, incredible roguelike, extra key for Kenshi. We're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways this Friday in the Discord server. So if that would tickle your pickle, if you like the idea of maybe walking away Friday evening with a free key for one of those games, my Discord server is free to join. Anybody can join it. And the Discord server is where we proctor all of our raffles, all of our giveaways. We have the giveaway channel set up right now, so it's open for entry, and all of those raffles can be entered in my Discord server. Discord server link is in that socials page. There you go. A good reminder for me to mention that we have the giveaways open, and they're up for anybody. Open for business, as we say in the industry. Launched in early access 2013, 1.0 in 2018, which is pretty impressive. Pretty damn impressive. And they're, I think, working on a second game. I know the first game was a solo dev project. I don't know if the second game is a solo dev project, but yeah, it's impressive to say the least. Oh, it was just a shortcut. It was a shortcut the whole dang time. This was probably the... Oh, okay. This is the bottom... This is the like, the little bottom area. Okay, cool. Little bottom area. So now... Okay, so that explains... So that's been cleansed. So the uncertainty is, yeah, this one right here. So I want to go back to that little spot now. Because we have a key. I don't know what the key unlocks. It might be that. Let's see. Keep locked. That would be the kitchen area we just came from. So that's not it. Back this way. Back this way. Dev has a studio. Now that's good. That's good. Because, I mean, it's impressive that the first game was a solo dev project. Doesn't need to be a solo dev project, though. Flush list recently removed. And also, like, it's steaming, like, piping hot. That's bizarre. Let's see. That'll lead back to the cloister area. Whenever I hear the word cloister, I think of... Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Where the fuck did you come from, bro? I think of, Pokemon Puzzle League. Pokemon Puzzle League, you could, like, select your Pokemon for the puzzle that you're working on. And one of the selectable Pokemon was Cloyster. And Cloyster's voice actress is, like, vaguely horny sounding. Like, you know, you get Pikachu, it's Pika! You get, like, Squirtle, it's like, Squirtle, Squirtle. And then you hear Cloyster, and she's like, Cloyster. It's like a very sultry voice. Cloyster. Giving you those bedroom cloistular eyes. Bedroom voice. And if you get a big-ass combo with Cloyster, she goes, Cloyster, Cloyster, Cloyster. Oh, there's a fucking second, bro, where they're fucking packing these guys like they're going out of style. I do appreciate how I only slightly outrun these fuckers. You beat him to death with a lead pipe. It's actually not a lead pipe, it's a ball peen hammer. I'm so tickled by the fact that it's called a ball peen hammer. Makes me so happy. Now, if I would have fought both of those guys back to back, we could have shotgunned them. I didn't even see there was a second one behind him. So don't I feel silly. It's also a decent possibility I haven't been here either. So maybe there's like a bunch of areas that my dumbass just kind of never really fully shit. Look at this fucking dumbass bullshit. So many dudes. To the tune of so many cooks, so many dudes. Like I said, for the basic enemies so far, if you could drop them with some kind of ranged weapon, well, with the nail gun specifically, it takes 4 hits with melee to pop them. Nothing like a pile of bones so fresh you see the steam just coming off them, piping hot, piping fresh. Just like meme always used to make, you know me too well, Orgasso. Cloister looks like a giant vagina with the fucking, like, with the little nubbin, right? The little clitular nubbin at the top. It's just, I'm sure we all, well, maybe not all of us, but when we came of age, a lot of us think it. You know, when I was like an impressionable, you know, 10-year-old playing Pokemon for the first time, I was like, pee pee poo poo, haha, this is great. But as an adult, I'm like, that's what seals, exactly. That's what seals the deal, exactly. And it's a horn because it's like a horny, the cloisterous, if you will, exactly. All right, so it's not this one. Not this one. So a locked door. I think maybe that's the key here. Is that a red thing means the door is closed, but a lock icon might mean like it requires a key to unlock. So a literal unlockable situation, perhaps, perchance even. Already been here. This will lead back to where does this lead back? This is a shortcut. Back to the basement. Could be the basement. There was at least one locked door down here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it might be that down there, actually. That'd be very on brand. The next area to be somewhere in the basement. Maybe a little, oh, these fucking dudes. Of fucking course. Oh, you see that dodge? Hell yeah. Gaming. Oh, heck, I wasn't gaming that time, though. Now I'm in the danger zone. Let's go and do a little heal action. I'll do a little moderate heal. Boop. And the odd chance that, like, I don't kill her with this combo, I think I will, though. Not a flawless execution. I did get hit that second time, though, but I'm pretty proud of that first dodge. That made me happy. Some kind of Georgia O'Keeffe-ass Pokemon. That's... I know. I too understand that reference. That does make me happy. One of the many benefits of being married to a person with an art background is that you learn about like a bunch of like weird, or maybe not weird, but noteworthy artists, noteworthy artistes. I would say that Gracie taught me about Piss Christ, but the joke's on her. I already knew about Piss Christ because of all things Metallica. Of all ways to learn about Piss Christ. Metallica Load and Reload is how I learned about Piss Christ. Now, that's not the guy's name. It's not the artist's name, but that is arguably his most famous work. Talking about Piss Christ while I'm surrounded by these holy statues. Also, I haven't saved in a minute. So I do maybe need to be careful. And, oh, we found the prison. Good for us. You know, let's see. 1:30. How's about this? I don't know when the next save point will be. I don't know when the next save point will be. And we don't have a map that shows the prison. So yeah, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm just gonna go ahead and manually save. And then, yeah, we'll explore the prison next time. That way we have a clear direction where to go next. Won't have that concern of being like, oh shit, like where, you know, if like a few months go by before I play this again, if it's like, oh shit, where was I? Like, what was the next part of the thing? Like, I don't have to wonder. I can be like, right, we're going to the prison and we have done nothing with it. Plenty that where that came from. Plenty prison exploration where that came from. Hazardous materials, one of my favorite chapters in Half-Life. I'm gonna go back. Gotta be this one. I gotta take the, yeah, this door right here. There we go. I love some good blasphemy. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those where it was, you know, offensive and jarring and shocking, I guess, for its time, probably. Nowadays, it's like just kind of like in bad taste, you would say. But, you know, art sometimes is or is perceived to need to be like subversive, right? Is that the word? Is, you know, subverting expectations and controversial, right? Some people claim that, you know, that's what, you know, real art needs to challenge expectations, and I suppose there's that. Do I love it? Not really. I'm not like offended by it. I don't think it's brilliant. I feel that way about a lot of like really out there, like excessively, maybe I shouldn't say excessively, but like very vulgar art. For a path, and I think I found one. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Hold on. Is it this door? Yeah, that is this door. Trying to get to the save point. Like, it doesn't offend me. I'm not like bothered by it. It's just more like, it just doesn't feel like it confronts too much for me. It doesn't like do much for me personally. But yeah, it makes people upsetty spaghetti back in those days. It's a version with no other point. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's up to the interpreter, and it's up to partially is influenced at least by artistic intention, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, the artist may or may not have had other points he was trying to make. I don't know. Probably did. Probably like some kind of statement. Like it was like the early 90s, so maybe it was some kind of statement on like corruption and with some kind of organized religion, or I mean, of course, there's lots of, you know, there have been times where, you know, certain persuasions of Christianity specifically have been in the news, you know, sometimes not for good reasons. So, you know, there's plenty of like negative things to attribute to like certain forms of religion. And of course, if it's pissed Christ, Christianity specifically. What about the epistles? Yes, there you go. You know, the save action right here. What's the good example? Like of like an artist who was like back in the day considered like really subversive and really like corrupting the youth. I guess to an extent, fucking what's that guy's name? And Andy Warhol with his like this like group of superstars, they could call them, like, you know, back in the day, that was considered like vulgar and offensive and like too far out and like, oh, this is terrible for society. And nowadays, he's lauded as like a you know, pioneer of the era. Blessed are the piss makers. Yeah, the name is pretty uninspired, if nothing else. Oh, God says this is all lightweight shit, man. Come on, lightweight shit and lightweight piss for that matter. All right, well, that is gonna do it for the night. I mean, to be honest, I'm enjoying this game. I would like to keep going, but it is getting late. It is getting late, so I will have to adjourn for the evening. The hope is to continue the streams, maybe not this game specifically, because I've got other stuff I need to get to, but I'd like to keep streaming for more this week, of course.